talking with Candie Horvarter, the Director of Outreach at Meals on Wheels. Welcome, Candie.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, let's just first start from the very beginning and just talk to us a little bit about the program Meals on Wheels and what that all entails.
Okay. Well, we serve seniors. 60 and over is what it's supposed to be. It doesn't have anything to do with income.
Okay.
Just homebound, and that's about it, really.
Okay.
And then over 60, we ask for $3.50 a meal. We do a hot meal Monday through Friday. If they can't afford it, it doesn't have anything to do with income. We feed them anyway.
Okay.
We want them to have it. We're 45% grant funded.
Okay.
And then we fundraise like a little bit, like a golf outing. Someone's having we get the proceeds from their auction, and some people will send in extra money to us.
And right now, we were talking earlier, you're currently based out of?
The old Heartland High School.
And you're moving to?
What was Bar None.
All right.
In Brighton. Well, it'll be great to have our own kitchen, because we're going to build out the kitchen. Like, it had a kitchen, but we need a different type of kitchen.
Right.
You know, we can't fry anything, that sort of thing. We're serving about 1,600 meals a day to the seniors, because we serve all of Livingston and a lot of Oakland County.
Okay.
So he's cooking in batches now, just because there's so many. So maybe we'll be able to get away from that.
Right.
And then the packaging area we'll be able to leave set up.
Okay.
You know, then they can just go there and pack it in the morning. We have an Oliver machine, so it makes the little containers. They're about the size of a lean cuisine container,
Yep.
compartmentalized because of all the travel, right?
Yep.
But we have an Oliver machine that would put that plastic on top, so we can transport it, and it'll just be easier. We're going to build a walk-in freezer. For a lot of these people, we are their food source, so
Right.
we'll bring them frozens for the weekends,
Okay.
and we can buy them more in bulk and not have to get them delivered so often, because
Right.
we'll be able to store them. It's going to be good. Big parking lot. We need that. We have several vans that take the food from our kitchen,
Right.
an office, you know, where they package it, to different sites where the volunteers go to pick up the route.
Okay. So it's quite the logistical element then.
Oh,
So everywhere
huge.
from originally getting the food to then preparing the food, cooking it, kind of packaging it, distributing it out, and getting it out into the community. So again,
Yeah.
you mentioned about 1,600 folks who get
A day.
that you get it. Now, about how many here in the local community then here in South Lyon and Lyon Township?
There's about 25
Okay.
in South Lyon, another 15 in New Hudson that get delivered here, and then we have some people that are on like the west side of South Lyon, and they're delivered out of the Hamburg Senior Center.
I gotcha.
So it just kind of depends what we're trying to make it easy on the drivers.
Yep, exactly.
And then for those New Hudson and South Lyon, they pick them up at the Novi. It's at Meadowbrook.
Right.
It's the senior center there. And then we might try and find a site here to make it a little bit easier for them, but currently that's where they pick up their route.
Right. It's also a little bit more than just the meals themselves that you guys are involved in. So tell me a little bit about that then.
It's 50% really, the meal, and then our volunteers doing a wellness check and talking to them, and that might be the only person they see all day.
Right.
Is
exactly.
the volunteers, so chit-chatting with them and making sure they're okay, and if they're not, there's a protocol we go through.
Right.
But more often than not, they're just so glad to see their friend.
Yeah.
And they know who they are, and they look forward to seeing them, and it's a good thing. I go on a route now and then. I went on a route on Friday.
Cool.
It's nice.
Cool.
It's nice.
And so, as far as volunteering then for the program, how can people find out more about it? How can if I want to get involved in driving, or if I want to get involved in preparing, like what are those roles that are out there, and how would I get involved?
You could go to our website. It's WOMOW.org.
Okay.
That stands for LWMOW.org. Sorry, Livingston, Western Oakland, Meals on Wheels.org. But it has information about all of that. You know, we always need volunteers to drive, because people, you know, in the winter they go away to Florida, or they're going on vacation, or they have a doctor's appointment. You know, you always need regular people and then subs to do it.
Right.
And then, you know, packing the food in the morning, that's huge. That's early. That's for your early bird, because that's like
not
6.
Me. That's not me.
I know. Me either. But they go in there and, you know, they have fun doing it, and they, you know, they got to count, you know, like this route has 16 people. This route needs, you know, 3 diabetic type meals. You know, there's just all this like counting, but we have all the bags. They're all labeled. You know, everything has sheets and numbers, and we're a pilot program, so we're using iPads right now.
Okay.
To do that kind of thing instead of all the paper.
Right.
They're on an iPad, and it's pretty good. It's really well run.
And if I am a senior and wanting to participate in the program as far as receiving the food and so forth, how would they find the same website that they would go out to?
Or they could call the phone number.
Okay, and what's that phone number?
810-632 888-888-2155.
Okay, very cool.
And they will answer the phone from like 8 to 3,
Okay.
Monday through Friday, and they're super nice.
Very
People
cool.
are calling them all day, and they're always so kind when they answer the phone.
And how long have you been a part of this program?
I think almost 7 years.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Any fun stories to share at all, or any particular memories, or what is there
Well,
a favorite aspect of it that you enjoy?
In November, the first Saturday in November, we have Blizzard Box delivery.
Blizzard Box, okay.
And that is shelf-stable food in the event that we can't come
Right.
due to bad weather.
You saying we have bad weather in Michigan sometimes?
Yeah,
Sometimes.
it's iffy. And if it's bad weather, we don't want to risk the volunteers. We
Right.
can't risk anybody out there driving, so we'll cancel it. If we know it's coming, we'll probably send them a frozen the day before
Right.
in an effort, just to make sure that they're fed. But periodically, we bring them food if they ask, and then we always do this Blizzard Box delivery.
Okay.
So we had some extra left, and I took her out in Hamburg, and I went to this lady's house to give them to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Come in, I want to show you my kids did all this remodeling in my house. You want to come see it?" She invited me in. So I
Right.
went, and she's pointing this out, and she grabbed a picture, and she said, look at this picture. This is my brother. He was a Marlboro man.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she told me all how he got involved in that, and, what are the odds?
Exactly.
You know-
It's amazing what people who just live amongst us have interesting stories and
I know.
interesting lives.
I know. If you talk to them, almost all of them have one. There was a man that told me how his mom got him and his brother out of Germany.
Wow. Wow.
How, or wherever, over in there where all that conflict was.
Yeah.
And just how she did it and how she maneuvered it. And there's all kinds of interesting tales, like where they grew up and their families. And
these are our neighbors just living amongst us
Yeah.
in the community. And
Yeah.
it's great to see such a great impact by a program like Meals on Wheels.
oh my gosh, we are saving lives.
Yeah.
We truly are. I went on a reporter on Friday from the Livingston Daily, because we need volunteers in
Right.
Livingston County. It goes in spurts. It's here, then it's there, and it's Livingston County now.
Yeah.
We need, especially in Hamburg and in Howell.
Okay.
So she went with me, and I introduced her to this woman's son. He came to greet us, when we were going to bring the meal up, and he just talked about how it's been a lifesaver for him.
Right.
His eyesight isn't that great. She certainly can't get around.
Right.
And he said, this can feed her.
Yeah.
I don't really want to eat at 4 o'clock, but I can feed her this, and I know it's nutritional for her.
Yeah.
And he raved about it.
Very cool.
Just all kinds of stories like that, and it was good.
Very cool.
And it's fun talking to them. They're lonely,
That's right.
and I'm kind of a talker. So it always takes me longer probably than it should, but if they want to talk,
But making that connection is just
Mm-hmm.
almost as nutritious as a meal is. To be able to have that engagement, be able to talk, and be able to get to know people.
I know it.
Very cool.
And like I said, if something does go wrong, there's a protocol we go through.
Right.
If they sense that something isn't right with them, we're there to try and keep them home and keep them safe.
Right.
And that's what we're doing.
And sometimes that wellness check is just as beneficial as well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep, we're not DoorDash. It's like, here you go.
Exactly.
We don't want them to do that. We want to engage them at least a little bit, as
Right.
much as they're up for. Some of them they don't want to do that, and they can't.
Sure.
But at least you've talked to them. They're standing there, and for them, they're okay.
Right. Terrific. Well, Candie, anything else you'd like to share with us about the Meals on Wheels program tonight?
You have to ask me something. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't say enough good things about it.
Good.
It makes me feel good to be a part of it. I'm really
it's one of those
glad.
programs that has such a great impact on the community.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tremendous way to be involved, and also a way to be able to benefit if you're in need. Again, great way to be able to just be able to have something to tap into.
Even though we do it Monday through Friday, somebody could say, you know what, I want Mondays.
Right.
I'll do every other Wednesday, or call me when you're in a bind.
Right.
I'll be a sub. It's, you pick it up, you do your thing. It's an hour and a half.
Yep.
Sometimes 2 hours. It depends on how far apart they are and how much you talk. Like I said, but it doesn't have to take all day. And
Right.
we are grateful to have these people. We couldn't do it without the volunteers.
Right.
And I think probably with all the places that we're serving and all the way they contribute, we're well over 600. We're probably
Wow.
700 volunteers that
Well,
make
that's
this
terrific.
run, and we truly could not do this without them.
Yep. Again, the website one more time is
LWMOW.org.
Awesome.
Livingston, Western Oakland Meals on Wheels.
Terrific. Well, Candie, thank you so much for coming out tonight and sharing with us a little bit about Meals on Wheels.
Thanks for having me.